Body bags where horror lies.
What's up, guys? This is Kyle over here at the Horrorphile, coming back for another review this week on BodyBags. This week I wanted to do something that was kind of close to my heart. It sounds kind of weird coming from this movie that I'm about to review, but I really, this is one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. I wanted to do it. I'm actually surprised that nobody on BodyBags before me has actually reviewed this movie. I know one of its predecessors was actually reviewed by Critterbuster, I think, the guy that I took over for Chris. But this movie was never reviewed on the channel, so I thought it'd be a cool addition to the channel to throw on here and get, you guys can hear my input on it and what I think about it. The movie is Cannibal Holocaust. One of the most controversial movies of all time. This is Ruggero Deodato's masterpiece, pretty much, in my opinion. I know that Cannibal Ferox has been reviewed on the channel. Cannibal Holocaust hasn't. And, this is one of those movies that, for me, you're going to hear a lot of positive things. There are some negatives to it. I will tell you some negatives to it. I mean, I know, especially Moods, he has some negative things about, like, the animal killings, which I agree on. That are very hard to watch, but we'll kind of get into it. Premise of this movie is basically this team of like documentary people. They're trying to do a documentary on this group of tribes people. They go into the jungle and they try to do this documentary, but they actually end up kind of torturing, and not really torturing, but they end up kind of doing all these really bad things to this tribe, who actually are cannibal. They're a cannibalistic tribe. They're doing a documentary on cannibals. It's kind of this is actually, in my opinion, probably one of the first found footage movies ever made. Very well directed. The score of this movie is out of this world. I absolutely love the score. And the thing I like about this edition, this Grindhouse edition, is it actually comes with the soundtrack. So you actually get the soundtrack on CD with the with the purchase of the movie. Really highly recommend picking up this Grindhouse edition of this movie if you get a chance. But yeah, bunch of documentary people go in the wood, go into the jungle to do a documentary on this cannibal tribe. End up like burning their houses. End up raping their women. Some of their women end up just doing really horrible things to this tribe. Shooting their animals, killing animals. Some of the really hard parts of this movie to watch are, the turtle scene where they rip the turtle in half. They shoot a boar in the head. And like, some of the people like Moods have said, that is some really hard stuff to watch, animal killings. That's just some stuff that, the cool thing about this Grindhouse release is they have a version of the movie that you can watch that has no animal killings. It's called like the animal free version, and then they have the normal version that you can watch. It has everything uncut. In my opinion, this is Ruggero Deodato's best film. He did come out with Jungle Holocaust, and then he has several other movies that were after this as well. Jungle Holocaust was amazing. I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was before or after. I want to say Jungle Holocaust was actually before Cannibal Holocaust, but yeah, pretty much these documentary people go in the woods. I know I'm getting a little off topic. They go into the woods, they do all this stuff, and they actually find the footage of these people. And then they send another group of people to go back into the jungle, try to find these people. And those people have to see this whole cannibal tribe, and they find the footage and they see what, all they've done to them. And they pretty much tortured these documentarians because of all the stuff they've done to the tribe's people and all the shame they've pretty much brought on, onto the tribe by doing all this horrible stuff to them. There's one scene that's really, really memorable. It's actually on the cover here. You see this woman, she's impaled. There's a scene where the documentary people actually come across the woman. They see her impaled through, like, at the stake, basically. and they come up and they don't know the camera's rolling and they start laughing, and you're like Jesus Christ, like they had like no heart whatsoever. The cool thing about a really cool like little trivia fact about this, about the woman impaled on the stake, is that apparently I've never seen it, I've never noticed it, but you can actually see the woman sitting on a bicycle seat. I guess it wasn't really edited very well, where you can see her sitting on a bicycle seat in the film. I've never really noticed it, but apparently you can. Yeah, I mean, this movie is really, really disturbing. I mean, it's not disturbing for me nowadays, but if you are not really into movies that are really, really horrific, if you don't watch a lot of disturbing horror movies, this is probably going to be a little bit disturbing to you. Like I said, it's like a shot-on-video film. It's found footage. One of the first that I could think of that ever came to mind. There is a lot of gore, there's a lot of scenes of animal torture, animal killing. There's one with a muskrat where they stab it through the neck and stuff like that, and they kill it like a slow death. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say if you're a big fan of the horror genre, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I would definitely check this out. I give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. This was one of the first disturbing, like really weird movies that I ever saw. Very, very, out there. If you're into cannibalistic movies, this is probably one of the best ones you'll ever see. I definitely give this a 9.5, or maybe even a 10 out of 10. I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10 just because of the animal killings. The animal killings kind of bring it down a little bit, but that's one of the reasons why it's so disturbing. This movie was one of the first banned movies. I think this movie was banned in almost every country of the world. The director, Ruggero Deodato, actually got put on trial for murder until he could prove that the people in this movie didn't die. The people, when this movie came out, it came out in I don't know what the year was. I want to say it was the 70s sometime. I'm sure it says on the back of the actual DVD here. Yeah, it doesn't say. I want to say it was like in the 70s, 76 maybe. Oh, actually, this came out in 1980. Huh. 1980. Yeah, so this movie came out in the 80s, so it came out in 1980. He got put on trial for murder because they all thought the actors in this movie actually died, actually got killed by these cannibals, and they thought this movie was real, which actually, obviously, it wasn't. But he, had to prove that these people were still alive to actually get off of that charge. So I think that's pretty interesting. Highly recommend picking up the Grindhouse edition of this movie if you ever decide to pick up any kind of edition of this movie. I actually have an edition of this movie that's just a regular DVD, and I upgraded to the Grindhouse edition, and this is the best version. This has so many special features. And it's also got commentary with Ruggero Deodato, and he kind of talks about the movie as the movie goes along. But yeah, Cannibal Holocaust, check it out. Check out my page, like I say every time, the Horrorphile. I've been doing a disturbing movies series here recently, where I've been reviewing. I usually post a video about once a week of a disturbing movie that I've watched and review it. Let me know what you think about that. Like, subscribe to that page, and hopefully you'll be seeing some stuff from me in the future. But until my next review on BodyBags next Tuesday, appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe to this page, and see you later. Peace.